Yo, it's Elliott Hulse here, and during the 2015 Strength Camp Challenge, I had the good fortune to sit down and speak with some of the most entertaining, influential, and legendary kings and queens in the modern fitness era. These conversations are very informative, but relaxed and spontaneous, so I think you'll enjoy this experience.
Fitness industry is interesting.
Yeah.
Because there's different ways to come up, and I like this new way to come up. You know what I mean? Because when she entered the scene of fitness, every single supplement company was like, "No, get her the fuck out of here. Her looks weird. Her hair's not right. She has no fucking tits." And the cool thing is we had the internet, so she was able to stay true to herself and come up on the outside. And I think a lot of people respected that. I mean, she didn't get magazine covers till last year. I mean, she won Olympia and didn't get magazine covers.
Not even sure.
She didn't get shot the day after Olympia by any magazines. They told me they were all booked up.
But now it's a part of your come-up story.
Yes.
Millions of people know now.
Yep.
And from what I understand, you have a lot to do with that.
Pretty
My
much
job's to protect
all of
her.
it.
My job.
But
I got
you
an
not
interesting
promote
job.
her also?
But yeah, but when you promote someone, you protect them.
Of course.
You know, I mean, there's different ways to promote her.
Yeah.
I could upload ass shots all day, and she'd be famous
and there
really
are guys
quick.
that do that.
But is that the right way to promote your wife?
Right.
No. Is that how she wants to be promoted? No. So you got to figure out her goals, and then how we get there together, and then
In a respectful
Yeah.
way.
yeah.
So were you the one with the more entrepreneurial mindset?
If it was up to her, we would just go away and go to the gym every day and play with goats.
Yeah.
I understand that we have an opportunity. I understand that she has something about her that makes an impact
Yeah.
that identifies with a lot of people, and it's for the better, I
Yep.
think.
When we got into the whole fitness thing, I mean, that was like 11, 12 years ago when I started. And I did my first show and just got addicted to that. And like a year later, like just watching people on magazines, I was like, I want to do that. Like I want to be on the covers of magazines. And then that's where he came in and like, let's start doing YouTube videos. That's when it started getting real. And then it was like almost like after being told no and you're not right, you don't look right, then it became like a feat, like, no, I'm gonna prove you all wrong. It's okay to have muscle and be a girl. You can still be feminine, and you can still be feminine and not have a chest. Like, I haven't had a chest my entire life. That's just what I've been dealt with. Like,
And that's what you stand for.
so then it was like more or less fighting for that and showing people like you don't need to look like this Barbie doll model to be on the cover of this. And finally last year, it took a long time, but I made it happen. I was like on 3 or 4 covers in 1 year. It took a while, but it shows it
if
can
you
happen.
could put into a little phrase what you represent as the feminine version of yourself, what would that be?
Confidence.
Confidence. That's fucking awesome. I tell you, my wife just started lifting. I've been dating my wife since we were 14 years old, and I've been a lifting maniac my entire life. She's been lifting for the past 2 years, and she's glowing nothing but confidence.
No matter, like, you can look exactly the same, but confidence is what is the sexiest thing that anyone could have. Guy, girl, just, there's something about it. It just sets you apart. You walk different, you act different.
I got questions, and I'm going to be respectful by answering them, because I could definitely, like, we could have this vibe all day long, because you guys are very multi-dimensional, even in the fact that, and I'll get to it after one of these, your relationship with one another, because to know someone and to know another someone is something. Well, I know this someone and I know that someone. But when there's a relationship, there's a third entity. There's a third party, and it's a relationship. And you fulfill your obligation to be the strongest version of yourself. You fulfill your obligation to be the strongest version of yourself. But at the same time, intermingle with one another in order to create this relationship. And that's it's a journey, and I'm sure you have many stories, and there will be many more, but it's also a skill. It requires a certain level of emotional intelligence as a whole to make work. And I think you guys are inspiring to a lot of people that you're married and you do this thing as a team.
Yeah, pretty much. If you know me, you know him. If you know him, you know me. And that's kind of how we have always almost branded ourselves, as like a couple. We're a team. So it was like Team Bailey. We do everything together. And our first fans, our first following, most of them when we started the YouTube videos, it was us training together, which was, you didn't really, not that we were the first ones to ever do it, but you didn't always see a guy training with a girl.
Right.
So we trained together every single day. He'd be yelling at me, but all of our first followers were all couples, and felt like I was a marriage counselor at one point. Like, people would email me like, "You've like made my marriage. We were thinking about divorce, and then we started training together. We've been watching your YouTube videos." So it all came from just us showing ourselves what we do, how we interact with each other, and I think I'm sort of not as threatening as like most of the girls that you would watch on YouTube wearing really small shorts and doing stiff-legged deadlifts and like thongs and stuff. Like, no, I'm in a ripped up t-shirt and baggy sweatpants, and that's how I train. Like, I'm not gonna look a different way to be sexy, because that's just.
But they know what you look like when you're on the stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Those pictures are out there.
Yeah.
So they know you look fucking awesome.
Yeah. So there was
but more could come through.
Yeah.
Also, which was the dynamic between the two of you.
Yeah.
Quite a responsibility to carry when marriages are depending on how you guys interact. I get it. So these are, look, we're talking about the people who love us, because without them there's no us.
Exactly.
And they have inquiry. They have questions. We'll start with Rob. Well, how do I become a motherfucking beast like you, bro?
I don't know.
Good answer.
No, I think, and it all goes back to our relationship, how it all works out, but we both act a very specific way. And I mean, now that I think we're up to 7 businesses total.
Holy shit.
So we're at 40 employees. I'm starting to like learn more about people, and I'm starting to learn that like not everyone gets it. Like, there's people that, well, it's the weekend. What the fuck is a weekend? Like, I guess it's different goals. You know, I might get there one day. Like, who knows? When I'm 35, I might be like, I'm fucking done. I'm gonna go sleep or whatever. But right now, I see the opportunity. I see the opportunity for us. You know, we're working on gym franchises. We're just doing everything, and we realistically just go hard as fuck at every single thing. And it's a lot. Is why I'm so attracted to her. That's how she trains. Mm-hmm. Like, when she's in it, she's in it. Same with me and the rest of life. And it's not something you can explain to people, man. Like, when you ask somebody, like, how do I go hard as fuck? It's like, I almost want to tell people, don't even try. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
the fact that you ask that question,
don't ask.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Means that you're looking in the wrong place.
One thing on the come up, one thing that she did and one thing that I did, or failed to do, we never asked anyone shit. And I don't know if that's, and I don't want to sit here and say we're smarter or anything like that, but I think it gave us the opportunity to figure shit out. And I feel like when you ask people questions, like if I asked you advice, you give me advice, and that's great, but there's something about figuring it out on your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something about, like, if you want to be a beast, bro, or, you know, that word's thrown around so much, fucking try, you know? Like, you know what the word means, you know the idea of it. What more do you need other than just to start? Don't ask me, man.
You know what? When it comes to beast, the way I think it works is that the beast is in your body. You want to be a beast, get into your body. Get into your heart. What is your heart telling you? What is your gut telling you? Get into the sensitivity of what your body's telling you. You trust your heart enough to say it's going to be all right. You trust your gut to know that you'll take care of it. It'll get done. So to be a beast means to trust that fucking animal instinct in your gut. That's the way I usually look at it. And that's the way, hey, If that's what being a beast is, I'd say you got a healthy dose of that. Follow your gut. When women say don't push themselves at the gym and lift heavy in fear of looking too muscular and manly, what do you say in response to those weak, bitch ass comments?
Well,
that was beautifully stated.
well, one, I usually would probably laugh
Yeah.
because it's not like I just started picking up weights and this all of a sudden just happened. There's a lot of work that goes involved in this, like dieting pretty much year round. Like when we first started training, like I've been an athlete my whole entire life. I've played 6 different sports, so I pick things up pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
So then when I started lifting, we were still in college, no money, eating like ramen noodles and SpaghettiOs and like
You guys did that
working
together.
out. Heck
Oh,
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, he lifted for a while, so everything I ever was
Oh, I
taught.
mean eating the ramen noodles.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like being
of
broke as
course.
fuck.
Yeah.
You had to
Eggos
eat
and
hot
ramen
water
noodles.
noodles.
Eggos in the morning off of like, we had a table made out of tires and plywood. That was our...
I lived off of
Yes.
fish sticks and sunflower seeds.
Ooh. Now that's upscale. That is a little upscale for us.
Yeah.
Ramen.
I splurged on those. That's all I ate. Because I know I needed the protein and the fat. Anyway.
But
we know what it's like to be broke.
I just find it's sort of funny because there is such a, for women there's like just such a misconception, like how do you get to look like that? It's just not just lifting weights. Like
No.
there's so much more involved. This is 12 years.
Right.
12 years of work that you have just downgraded me,
Mm-hmm.
like, of all my hard work
As
and
if
dieting.
you could have this. When we look at other people who have something that we don't have, we could look at it disdainfully and say, ugh, I would never want that. Or we could look at it with the self-respect to say, wow, that's what's available when someone lives to their fullness and who they are. And you give people permission not to look like a man, but you give them permission to live their fullness and to own it.
There's a lot of negativity that comes with being a girl, being a female with muscle. They automatically think either I'm doing drugs or I don't know. There's just a huge negativity towards that, and that's why, like, since this whole thing happened, like, we started making that. That's sort of been my mission to, like, show people it's not that bad. This is the way I like to look. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I'm eating very clean year round. I'm probably a much better athlete than I was when I was playing sports all the time. Like, I can run 8 miles. But, like, I could probably swim. If I started swimming, I can swim for days. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of negativity that goes with it. And normally when someone no one has ever approached me and said something like that.
They would never.
No.
In your face.
But normally I would just probably walk away because it's not worth my time trying to explain myself. Because if you already have that negative taste in your mouth, then, like, you're not worth my time. So I don't know what the negativity is, but
So this kind of brings us to...
I don't know if I answered even the
no,
question.
you answered the question, and you segued real deep into a business philosophy that I'm pretty sure you adhere to, which is take good care of your people.
Yeah.
Because there are people that love you.
Yeah, I think our whole goal is just to show people, like, that's why we do everything together, to show, like, have a good relationship, feel good about yourself. So that's why I keep doing the fitness thing, because I've learned so much about myself, and that's where I got my confidence from. I have not always been the most confident person. Growing up, you go through weird changes in middle school, high school, and whatever, and it was just constant battle with, like, I don't look right, I don't feel right, it's hard dressing myself, and finally, when I finally hit that stage, and that was probably like 5 years ago, I hit the stage where I just don't give a fuck about anybody, and I don't care what you say. Like, nothing affects me, nothing, and it feels really, really good. But all of that comes from because I know I love the way I look.
Right.
So I
You
don't
didn't
know
need
how
anyone
to
else's
teach
validation.
people that, but I try to show people that. And once you finally get that too, like, you will feel like I feel. And no matter what happens, I'm always on top of the world because I love my body, I love my relationship, I love everything I'm doing. So it's like just showing people that. And it's not something you can teach, but to show them enough that maybe they can find it with them in themselves. So that's our goal, I think.
That's your message. And I think that's a beautiful way to conclude this conversation. You guys are amazing. And I appreciate your presence here.